would have followed you, my brother. My captain. My king.
Welcome to the Grey Havens Hour, a channel where we journey beyond the battles and borders of Middle-earth to uncover Tolkien's deeper truths. Today we turn our gaze to Boromir of Gondor, a man remembered for his failures, but defined by something far greater. What if the most human hero in Lord of the Rings was also the one who teaches us the most about redemption? Let's find out. Boromir is often remembered for his failure. He tried to take the ring from Frodo. He fell to its temptation. He broke the fellowship. But that's not where his story ends. And it's not how Tolkien meant us to remember him. Because Boromir's death is not just tragic, it is redemptive. It is the moment when strength becomes sacrifice and pride becomes courage. Boromir is not a villain who failed. He is a man who fell and then stood up again. And in that standing, he saved everything. Boromir's flaw was never malice, it was fear. He feared for Gondor, he feared for his people, he feared that no one else truly understood the weight of his city's burden. He was proud, bold, and utterly human. He told the council, "By our valour the wild folk are restrained, by the blood of our people are your lands kept safe." This is the heart of Boromir's character. He doesn't want power for himself. He wants safety for his people, and that's why the ring tempts him so effectively. Not with wealth or domination, but with protection. When he tries to take the ring from Frodo, it's not because he's evil. It's because he thinks he's the only one strong enough to bear it. A terrible mistake, but an honest one. And in Tolkien's world, that makes all the difference. Boromir's temptation is one of the most relatable in the entire story. Because who among us hasn't tried to take control, thinking we knew better? Who hasn't justified something dangerous in the name of something good? Tolkien doesn't condemn Boromir for falling. He honours him for confessing. "I tried to take the ring from Frodo. I am sorry, I've paid." This line, spoken with his final breath, is not an excuse. It is a recognition of truth. It is repentance, and that's the turning point. When the orcs attack, Boromir doesn't flee, he stands. Not for honour, not for glory, but for Merry and Pippin, two hobbits he once thought weak. He dies protecting them. Boromir had slain many. His shield was cloven in two. His sword was broken, but still he fought on. This is what makes Boromir noble. Not a throne, not a title, but a moment of unrelenting courage. He fights with nothing left, not even hope, just love. And when Aragorn finds him, Boromir doesn't plead. He doesn't demand recognition. He simply admits the truth, and then he offers his loyalty. "I would have followed you, my brother, my captain, my king." This moment was a quiet redemption Tolkien was so masterful at writing, because in death, Boromir becomes what he always was meant to be, a protector, a brother, a humble man. We often look at the story of the Fellowship as Frodo's burden, Aragorn's rise, Sam's loyalty, but Boromir reminds us of something just as important. That heroism isn't about being flawless. It's about getting back up after you fall. And more importantly, what you choose to do with the time you have left. Boromir doesn't die to save the world. He dies to save his friends. And in doing so, he saves the heart of the Fellowship. Because it's Boromir's sacrifice that propels Aragorn into leadership. It's his death that forces Aragorn to take up the mantle of king. Without Boromir's fall and his redemption, there is no Return of the King. Tolkien, a veteran of the First World War, understood what it meant to lose comrades. To see noble men broken, not by cowardice, but by the overwhelming burden of duty. Boromir embodies that truth. He is not an ideal, he is not untouchable, he is us, and that is why his story matters. Because most of us are not Frodo, we are not Aragorn, we don't carry legendary swords or elven light. We carry fear, pride, guilt, hope. We fall. And like Boromir, we can rise. We can fight for those we once overlooked. We can admit when we've failed. We can stand in the face of darkness, knowing it may cost us everything, and still say, I would have followed you, my captain, my king. Boromir's sacrifice does not erase his mistake, it redeems it, because Tolkien believed that even in the darkest fall, there is always a path back to the light, and it is never too late to choose courage in the end. Thanks for watching. If Boromir's story reminds you that falling doesn't make us unworthy, that redemption can be found in the final stand, leave a comment, share it with a fellow fan, and subscribe for more quiet reflections from Middle-earth. Until next time, may you find courage, even in the moments that test you most.